Hey there, Tiff here. Welcome to Ambition Habits. And I really want to start with this episode with you. I want to start and tell you something that's really been going on. I know you haven't heard from me for a while, and there's some reasons why that has been. Now, the first one was like over the June period, I was planning on having that month off. I was busy with golf tours. I also competed in the Australian Open for lawn bowls, which was, I've only been playing it for just over 12 months. And I wanted to um, get the idea of like where I'm at with my level because I wanted to go and compete in that tournament to play against the best in the world and see where my level was at and also what I needed to do to improve because I want to be the best too. So I'm really hooked on this sport. It's really drew me in. Sorry for the pun, but that's what you do when you bowl. You draw the bowl, and it's really drawn me in. So the great experience that I had with that around building growth and building connection and um, how important it was, like mentally, to really show up in the sport, physically to really show up in the sport, and give it my all and just hang in there no matter what. I mean, I love that actual experience, and I wanted to come back from that tournament because it was a 2-week tournament, and I wanted to come back and share all the insights with you and tell you, you know, my best learnings from that, what I got out of it, and how that could help you in when you're competing in your sport and so on. But oh, now we've got a little visitor. So you may hear it in the recording. You may hear a bit of purring. So that's Fruity, one of our cats. She's decided that she wants to be part of the podcast show as well. So she's jumped on my lap. Not that you can see that if you're listening to me, but she's jumped on my lap and she's decided she wants to be part of that, part of what we're about to talk about. So with July, it brought in a huge low for not only myself, obviously for my whole family. My beautiful uncle had passed away, and we, unbeknownst to us, we didn't really realize how sick he was. He, I won't go through the detail, but I wanted to spend as much time with him as I could. So when I heard that he wasn't going to come out of hospital and, we're thinking he's just in there for an infection, but it was much worse than that. I wanted to spend as much time with him and tell him how much I love him and how much he's meant to me in my life. And he's been a huge, huge part of not only my life, my sister's life, and he's my mum's big brother. So he's, this big, strong guy, and watching him, slowly deteriorate was obviously, as if you've been through it yourself, it is very confronting. But also, I wanted to make sure that this is my last chance that I'm going to get to tell him how much I love him. And I went to see him as much as I could. He lives a few hours away from me. So we went and visited him as much as we could before he passed away to tell him, how much we loved him, and he could express how much he loved us when he could talk. Got to a point where he couldn't, and he could only speak in whispers and so on. But obviously that's a huge, huge emotional time. So with that, the huge wave of sadness in the family and with myself, a huge wave of reflection and a huge wave of stillness came about. And I had to pause. So because, when there's a death in the family, it makes you stop. It makes you think deeply about the future. It makes you think deeply about your purpose. It makes you think deeply about the legacy that you want to leave as well. And so I just needed that time and that space to really work out what I wanted to do with my life moving forward, looking at his life and what he had done, and also looking at the sacrifices that he made, and also decisions that he made that he, for him probably weren't the best decisions, and especially the last 20 years of his life. So I just didn't want to live life with regret, and being confronted with that, with him, and where he was, slowly dying. I just wanted to, obviously embrace that being with him, but also, like, I just don't want to live life with regret. So I wanted to step away, and and it was most of July, and did have another golf tour on in that time, and we went through our mourning period for him, and so on. But that's why you haven't heard from me. So it's been a bit of a, going from a super high, getting lots of experience, and um, achieving some really cool things at the Australian Open, to obviously some huge lows, huge sadness, and thinking and reflecting, and really thinking about what is it that I want to do moving forward, and not live life with regret. So coming from that has been great, because it's been a great catalyst to help me really decide what I want to do moving forward, and what am I going to do with Ambition Habits? How am I going to make that work? How am I going to build that into a community? So behind the scenes, I've actually been building something I think that's going to be really powerful for us women. And I'm creating a community called Where Women Rise Together. And it's really a space designed to give women the opportunity to build confidence, to rise in their sport. And it really doesn't matter what level that they're at. And so if you're, you're playing socially, or you're playing locally, or you're, aiming for state, national competitions, I just want to let you know that this is here for you. It's a free community, which I'll explain to you what we're actually going to be doing in that community, and how you can be involved in that. And I'd love you to be part of that. And also, I'm putting together a monthly live coaching space as well, for women who want to rise together. It's going to be called The Locker Room. So I'm still working on creating that and putting that together. But this is another level, where we get that live monthly coaching, and where women can connect, be coached, and we can grow together. So it's a nurturing, supportive environment, where you're going to find like-minded women who understand your journey, who understand your doubts, and who understand your dreams. So that's what's actually happening there. So the thing that I really want you to think about is, like, where women rise together and where we're headed, and Ambition Habits is like, I just don't want you to think this is just about sport. This is really about confidence, and it's really about confidence in you. And I want you to understand that this is about belonging, being part of a community. It's about rising, and it's about rising together with like-minded people who, share the same dream as you, who share the same dream as wanting to play better in their sport. And it really doesn't matter what your level is. So let's talk about where women rise together. I want you to think of this community as just not a name, it's a movement. It's a free community, and it's where we're going to come together, we're going to connect, we're going to grow, and we're going to rise with confidence. And because this is the truth, too many women in sport are showing up strong on the outside, but they're quietly battling self-doubt. They're quietly battling comparison, and they have that feeling of they don't quite belong anywhere. And especially as we age, we shift roles, or we re-enter sport after having time away, and the silence around confidence gets louder. And that's exactly why I'm putting this community together. It's a place where you don't have to shrink to fit in. It's a place where your story, your age, your experience, your voice is needed. And inside Where Women Rise Together, we're going to rewrite the narrative. We're saying you don't have to do this alone. You don't have to wait until you're ready. You don't have to pretend you've got it all figured out, because I want you to remember this. Confidence is not a solo sport. It's built in connection. It's built in community. And in the quiet moments when someone says, I see you, I've been there, let's rise together. Well, this is why we want to gather in this type of space, because something powerful will happen. So we begin to remember who we are. We begin to speak with more courage. We begin to show up, not just for others, but for ourselves. And I really want you to think about this and remember this, that confidence isn't built in isolation. It is built in community. It is built in shared stories. It is built in the quiet nods of me too. And we're going to have those loud cheers of you've got this. Now, inside where women rise together, I want you to understand that this is going to be a place where age is celebrated. It is not hidden. This is where your journey matters. And this is where your voice belongs. And the great thing about it, it's ready and it's live. It's ready for you to come and join it, and it's free. So the thing, my friend, if you've been craving a space where you want to grow, you want to rise, you want to be seen, this is it. I want you to come and join this community, because this is where we women will rise together. And it's not just about building confidence, it's about building legacy. So I want you to be thinking about this. When we women rise together, we don't just change our lives, we change the game. I really would love to see you in the community. It is free. I will leave a link for you in the show notes, how to come and join that. Looking forward to sharing that one and seeing you there. And there's something else I've been doing behind the scenes. So what else have I been brewing? Well, it's called the locker room. Well, it's something that's going to change the way we show up. It's going to change the way we speak, and it's going to add how we rise together. It's called the locker room. And it's not just a name, it's a sacred space, and it's a monthly live coaching experience where women like yourself, women in sport, get together to reset, to reflect, and reignite their confidence. Now, in the locker room, this is where we strip away the noise, where we talk real, we talk about performance, we talk about pressure, we talk about purpose, we talk about those quiet battles that you keep to yourself. It's where we build rituals, it's where we build routines, it's where we share wins, it's where we rewrite the stories about what we've been told about us and what we're capable of. This is what makes it really special, is it's age inclusive, it's emotionally intelligent, it's designed for women in sport. Doesn't matter your age, doesn't matter your ability, doesn't matter if you're just starting out, doesn't matter if you're just coming back, doesn't matter if you're playing socially, doesn't matter if you're playing locally, doesn't matter if you're wanting to play national or international level. Each session that we're going to be working on is going to be meeting you where you are at. So the locker room is going to be your monthly reset, especially in our live coaching area. So being part of the locker room will remind you that you're not alone. And the best part about it is that you don't need to be perfect. You just need to show up, because in the locker room, we're going to rise together. We're going to reflect together, and we're going to rebuild together. So I just want you to get really excited about the locker room. It'll be opening up really soon, because I really want you to be part of that as well. So that's it from me. That's what I wanted to share with you today and tell you about what's actually happening behind the scenes. So that's where I've been, grieving, I've been growing, and I've been building, and I'm so excited to bring you along this journey. I'm really looking forward to this. This is something that I think that will be an incredible community where women rise together. So I'm going to leave all the information below in how you can join up and join this free community. It is on a platform called Patreon. You can join for free. It's great. You can download the app onto your phone, even better. We all love using apps these days, so it's a great way that we can connect with each other. And from me to you, from my heart to your heart, I just want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for listening, and thank you for rising with me. So until next time, you'll be hearing from me soon. I want you to keep showing up. I want you to keep believing. And I want you to remember that you don't have to rise alone. We're going to be with you, and you're going to be with us, where women rise together. So dream big, believe in you, go after your dreams. Looking forward to seeing you in the community where women rise together. Love to see you there, and talk soon. See you there. Bye.